Hey guys, it's Ashley, and today it's time for my Year of Dahl July check-in. Halfway through the year, halfway through the year, halfway through the challenge. If you are new to this channel, I have been trying to read through all of Roald Dahl's works this year, 2016. I will leave a link down below to the entire playlist if you want to catch up and see what I've read so far and hear more about this challenge. So I did not read anything in the month of June. Not a regular book, not a Roald Dahl book, nothing. I read nothing in the month of June. It was so busy. Been around, you saw that video. But I read 2 books towards the Year of Dahl in the month of July, so let's talk about those 2. And then I have a special announcement at the end of this video. First, I read Danny, the Champion of the World. This is a really fun book. I feel like I've never heard of this book before. There's stories of Roald Dahl's that I've never read, I don't really know too much about them, but I've at least heard of them, like The Witches or The Twits. I never heard of Danny, the Champion of the World, and I loved this book a whole lot. I believe I gave it 5 stars because it was just so simple and hysterical that I couldn't help but love it. So the book stars Danny, our champion, and his dad. They live in a caravan and own a gas station, and that's what they do. And it's just a very simple life, just the 2 of them. It starts off a little bit slow, like some of the best Dahl stories do, and then it picks up with this crazy plot. Most Dahl books that I've read so far, there's this element of magic to them, where there's a giant, or there's literal magic, like with Matilda, or there's a peach that grows to be the size of a house. But that's not the case with this book. This book is very realistic. I mean, considering it's a Dahl book, it's pretty realistic in that the main plot of this story is that Danny's father remembers how much fun he used to have poaching pheasants when he was a kid and when he was a young adult, going into the woods and stealing pheasants from the rich people. And he's telling Danny about it, and they decide to go on this caper and poach some pheasants. They're not just going to do this the old-fashioned way by soaking raisins in rum or throwing bags over the pheasants' heads. No, they get this brilliant idea that they are going to actually drug the pheasants with sleeping pills and get all of them. And so from there, it just ensues into chaos and hilarity, and it's so great. I love all of the characters in this book. It was such a fun story. This is the only book that I read even a little bit during June. I read maybe half of this during the month of June and then finished up in July. And it was just so funny and whimsical. I could picture it happening. I could see it all happening. And it was just perfect. I loved it so much. This was truly one of those surprise stories for me because I didn't expect it to be realistic. I didn't expect there to not be a magical element in a Roald Dahl story. This wasn't what I expected, but it was so good. 5 out of 5 stars, for sure, for Danny, the Champion of the World. And then the other book I read this month was a very familiar story, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I grew up with the Gene Wilder version of this film, and I absolutely loved that movie. We watched it so many times in my house, and I saw the Johnny Depp version, but it was weird and not what I wanted. But the book was just what I wanted. It was very familiar. Everything was very true to the Gene Wilder movie, which I was really happy with. I love when movies stay with the book. Hello, I'm a reader. And they changed very, very little. And I loved this book. And so this was just kind of like a comforting blanket. I had never actually read the book before, but I was so familiar with the story because of the movie that I really enjoyed it. So I'm currently reading the follow-up, the sequel, Charlie and the Glass Elevator, and it's weird. It's so different. They're in space. What the heck? Also, why isn't there a Charlie and the Glass Elevator movie? We've had 2 different Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movies. Why not a Charlie and the Glass Elevator movie? Maybe as I read the book, I'll find out. So I really liked this book. The characters were wonderful. It was just perfectly what I expected of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It was magical. It was surreal. It was on the edge of my seat excitement and chocolatey goodness. And yes. So side note, I started reading this book, and right from the beginning, literally from page 1, I opened it up to this, and I couldn't even read it. I was like, whoa, what the heck is this? Because this is not Quentin Blake illustration. It's not. And I knew that from the second I opened this up, and I was very upset that it wasn't Quentin Blake. It's somebody else. It's like Henry Knopf or something like that. Alfred Knopf. I didn't enjoy it as much. I mean, I loved the book itself, but I'm sorry, Mr. Knopf. I like Quentin Blake's illustrations so much better. These illustrations just made it kind of creepy and more sinister. And so the old people looked really creepy and decrepit in their bed, and just everybody had this darker look, and I didn't enjoy it. I wanted Quentin Blake back, but that's okay. We'll be fine because in the second book, it's Quentin Blake again. Yeah. So again, 5 out of 5 stars. Exactly what I wanted. Wonderful, wonderful book. So now that we've done the wrap up, let's talk a little bit. Just a quick update where this is the halfway point in the challenge. I am doing pretty well. I've got about 18 books left. I'd say half of them are children's books and half of them are short story adult collections. Pretty much on track, and next month is really going to help me out, and here's why. Announcement part. You ready? So next month is September. It is the month of Roald Dahl's birth, and because it is his 100th birthday, there are celebrations happening all over the place, all around the world, but most especially in the UK, primarily in London and Cardiff. So because of all of that, and because I've been doing this Year of Dahl challenge, and because I love to travel, I am taking myself to the UK next month for like 2 weeks. I'm so excited. I am going to go to London and go to all the events there. I'm going to go to Cardiff and go to the events there, especially the City of the Unexpected weekend, which I'm really looking forward to. And then I'm going to wrap it up north in, I believe it's Cheshire is the name of the town, at Tatton Park, and go to the writing workshop of Learn to Write Like Dahl, which I'm super excited about. And I'm just so excited about this. This is not sponsored, although I wouldn't turn down a sponsorship if that happened. This is all coming out of my own money. It's just something I thought would be really fun to do, and why the heck not? Like, I have no reasons. I have no excuses not to do this, so I'm doing it, and I'm so excited. So, if there is something that you know that is happening for Roald Dahl's 100th birthday that you really want to see covered, let me know. I will be doing vlogs of the whole trip and all of the events, and I'm so excited. If you live in that area and you're planning to go to these Dahlian events, let me know that too. That would be fun to meet up with you and say hi. So I am really looking forward to that. I so can't wait. So because I'm going on that grand adventure, I am dedicating the month of September to Roald Dahl. I am going to try and read as many of his works as I can. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you've read either of these books, what you thought of them, especially Danny, Champion of the World. I'm also really excited because I know there's a Danny, Champion of the World exhibit at Tatton Park in like one of the gardens, so I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm just so excited about this in general. You have no idea. I hope you have a scrum-diddly-umptious day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.